Hey everybody, welcome back to COFY Studios. Today we got a quick little video talking about Space Marine 2. I apologize for this being kind of a quick little first impressions slash review sort of video. I've got some really cool stuff cooking up, a kind of legacy series thing I'm working on. I have an update video I'm planning to do tomorrow and try and get out that everybody will be able to then be up to base with what I'm going to be doing and how I want to keep moving forward with the channel and some new fun ideas I have and stuff. And hopefully the first episode of that will be out Thursday, and then you guys will get the clam on Friday like usual. But for today, we got a quick little video talking about Space Marine 2. So I got a few points I've written up, just a few little things I want to talk about with it. I do want to say I'm not done with the game yet. I'm about halfway now, having had time to play, but I just have been enjoying it so much I wanted to talk about it. First things first, as you can see on the screen, it's absolutely gorgeous. I mean, I loved the original Space Marine game on Xbox 360. I mean, I know it's on everything now, but I played it on Xbox 360. And it was really fun back in the day. I didn't even know anything about Warhammer at the time. I just thought it was a fun Space Marine game. And I think if you don't know anything about Warhammer, you can absolutely jump into this game. Slaying through the Tyranids and everything is just so much fun. And it's similar to like Helldivers, but in a more brutal respect. I think it's easily the most brutal story-based shooter I've played since Doom 2016. I know there's an argument to say that Eternal's more brutal, but Eternal's almost comedically over the top, I think, whereas 2016 is a little more intense. But yeah, it gives me vibes of that, absolutely. But I absolutely adore it. I mean, you know, if gore isn't your thing, I don't recommend the game. It's pretty brutal, but if you enjoy like sci-fi shooters and stuff like that, I feel like it's a nice middle point between like Doom, the modern Dooms, and like Halo. You know, it's not as fast-paced as Doom, but it's not as methodical as something like Halo would be. It's this nice, right in the middle kind of third-person shooter that has an amazing story, great co-op, and some very fun PvP. I'll get into each of those in a sec, but overall, that's how I feel in the game. Something I do want to mention though is controls on PC. It controls way better on controller, I think. I was playing on PC for a while with keyboard and mouse and tried it out with my Xbox controller, and I definitely think it's better with the Xbox controller, but I don't know, I'm used to shooters on PC, so I kind of don't want to switch. But that is worth noting if you were thinking about how you want to play the game. I definitely recommend, you know, plugging in a controller if you're on PC, or if you're on console, you don't even have to worry about that. But it is worth bringing up that it's non-traditional controls. I won't say they're bad, they're just different, and it'll take a little bit of getting used to, and I think that it may throw some people off, but overall it should be fine. Now, as for the story, I think it's much better than Space Marine 1. Not that I think, you know, everyone plays these games for the story, although I must admit Warhammer lore is great, and I think a lot of people do love the lore, which is why they keep coming back to the franchise. So I do think it is important to note that I enjoy the story a lot more in this one than Space Marine 1. Space Marine 1's story was good, but it was more just kind of, you know, I don't want to say campy fun. It didn't feel campy, but it was a good romp, basically, is a fun way to say it. You know, fighting the orcs, their goofiness, all that kind of stuff. It was definitely aiming at being more of a good vibes shooter than trying to have like a plot going through it. This game definitely has a great story, knows what it wants to say, what it wants to do, the energy it wants to pull from you. I mean, there's a couple moments where you just want to stand up there and freaking salute like you're a Space Marine yourself, dude. It's sick. And I think that is absolutely the energy they needed to capture, and they've done it 100% all the way through. It's fantastic. And it's even more fun when you play co-op. This game is the best co-op game to come out this year, and probably should be co-op game of the year. I can't imagine another game being better than this cooperative experience. Going through the story together with friends, and, you know, hitting those really key moments and playing with your buddies, incredible. Absolutely sensational. I love it. The PvP, on the other hand, is really, really fun as well, I think, but it's kind of unbalanced. Some weapons and classes are obviously way better than others, and it can make it a challenge to want to, you know, play the other ones and want everything to be buffed and play out well, but overall I still think it's fantastic, and it's a really good time. It reminds me of those like old school shooters where you weren't worried about unlocking everything, and, you know, just putting in a little bit of time gave you all of the stuff you were concerned about, and you get to play all the different classes and stuff. Kind of like Halo 3 almost, but not as balanced, like I said. I am curious to see where they go in the future. It'll be fun to figure that out and see where they're going next. I think particularly adding, you know, different customizations is great for people who are fans of, you know, tabletop Warhammer, but I do hope they expand and add like new multiplayer maps, or maybe some extra co-op missions, or have a story DLC at some point. I know we probably won't get that, but it would be really cool if we could. I know that Games Workshop, you know, wants this game to be kind of a great jumping off point for people to get into Warhammer, and I absolutely agree that's what it is. But I think, there'll be a lot of people who get interested in Warhammer just because of the Space Marines and just because of the vibe of the game. So I think it is important for them to kind of keep supporting it as time goes on, or else you'll kind of lose that audience that jumped in, kind of like myself back in the day when I was younger, just because of the fact that they love the game and they love the vibe of the Space Marines. I do think Secret Level having a episode for Space Marine this December is a huge deal. I think that will definitely expand upon, what people want from the story. So I'm super, super excited about that. And I don't know, I think that's all I got to say. It's a short little video, I know, but I think Space Marine 2 is great. If you're looking for kind of a heavy action, brutal, fun shooter that you can just dive right into and jump out as much as you want and get a great story and jump into the world of Warhammer. I almost said Lorehammer, but I mean, that's not entirely wrong. This is absolutely the game for you, and it's a great jumping off point for newcomers, I think. So, strong recommendation. Excited to jump back in even more myself. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will catch you in the next video. So much love. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share the video if you enjoyed it. It really means a lot, and it really, really helps the channel. Please do it. And that's all I got to say. Take care, everyone. Have a great rest of your day, and, for the Emperor.